Hello, and welcome to today's trending contract, Whittleton Fun Run Escal 1, set in Whittleton Creek and supplied to us today by Black Boo Bear. So moving on to our briefing, a fairly easy 5-target contract to help beginners learn the map. And moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them, along with 4 objectives. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting at the default location, and the only items we'll be bringing with us will be the sedative bubblegum, not strictly necessary, and a silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we are going to make our way directly to the creek and our first target, who is located outside of the creek shed, and we're going to make our way straight there. And while we're there, we're going to set up one elimination whilst dealing with another. We have 2 targets on this side of the map and 3 targets on the other side. So we're going to deal with the targets furthest away from any of the exits, any of the easy exits first of all. So once we get around to the creek and the creek shed, we're going to let ourselves in via the rear window, and we are going to grab the propane cylinder, and we are also going to drop our sedative bubblegum on the floor. Now if you don't have the sedative bubblegum, you can just open the door and throw your propane cylinder on the floor just like I've done, and await the guard to go in, and then follow him inside, render him unconscious and give him a neck massage. We have the bubblegum, so while he is going in to knock himself out, we will take the propane cylinder to the far corner of the map, where we will find our next target reading Janus's journal. And while we're setting that up, we can then return to the shed, and any second now our target will render himself unconscious by eating the sedative bubblegum. Like I said, it's not strictly necessary, but it does help things out if you do have it. It is quite a useful item, one of the most useful from the DLCs. So we're just going to quickly give our target here a neck massage and deposit him in the crate provided, and then we can return to the garbage truck, and hopefully the 2 garbage men would have finished their conversation, which it looks like they have, and they will both be heading off in different directions. Once the coast is clear, we're going to pull out our silenced pistol, and we're going to put 2 quick bullets into the propane cylinder, which will send our target off into the creek and hide his body. So we're then going to replace our propane cylinder with another one, and the next nearest available propane cylinder is in the rear garden of the house with the boat outside. So we're going to hop straight over the fence. We're going to grab the propane cylinder from the barbecue there, and we're going to make our way to the far side of the map where Helen West's house is located, and we will encounter 2 more of our targets there. So Helen West is one of our targets, but we will come back to deal with her shortly. We're going to set up our other 2 eliminations first of all. So we're going to run all the way down the street past Helen West's house, who is currently receiving a visitor. I'm guessing that's the postman. He can be rather annoying, so it's good that he's out of the way when we arrive. So we're going to place our propane cylinder on the park bench where the sleeping police officer is located. There we go. So we'll come back and deal with him shortly. We're then going to make our way back around, continuing in a clockwise direction, and we're heading for the house for sale, and specifically the propane cylinder located in the kitchen. So we're just going to quickly run all the way there. I really should have sped this bit up, but never mind. We're gonna make our way over to the house for sale, and the door is locked, but we do have access to a key which is located in the plant pot just to the right of the door. We're gonna let ourselves into the house, make our way straight into the kitchen, grab the propane cylinder, ignoring the plumber. If we ignore him, he will ignore us, mostly. So once we have the propane cylinder, we're going to return now to the muffin stand where our next target will be located, and that target is the young lady who visits the muffin stand on a regular basis, and when she's not at the muffin stand, she will also be sat at a park bench. This park bench right here, to be precise. So we're just going to place our propane cylinder on the floor behind the bench there, and we're going to now move off and deal with Helen West. Now, for some strange reason, and I don't know why this happens, but on this particular run, the young lady whose propane cylinder we have just placed somehow manages to set hers off. Luckily enough, she is within the blast radius when she does so, and she is the only one who does, but for some reason, I don't know how she's managed it, she manages to detonate the propane cylinder before we get there. So we're going to make our way into the West House and up onto the first floor. As you can see, we turned on the singing fish, which attracted the attention of the politician. So we will have to wait for him to come in, investigate and leave. And while we were doing that, the young lady over by the muffin stand has blown herself up. Again, I don't know how she managed that. It shouldn't really happen, but she's done it, so it saved us a job. So once the politician has lost interest in the singing fish, he will go back downstairs. He will ring the doorbell, and that will attract the attention of Mrs. West, and when she is on her way to answer the door, we can then reactivate the singing fish. That will distract Helen West away from answering the door, and she will come up to turn the fish off, and then we can drop her with a simple bullet to the head, and that is target number 4 taken care of. So all that's left is the sleeping policeman. So we're going to make our way down the stairs, out the front door, back into the main street where we are no longer trespassing. We're going to cross over the road to the outer edge, and we're going to hide behind a really big tree, and once we get there we will have a nice clear line of sight on the sleeping policeman. Now just make sure that there aren't any other people around when you do this. There is a jogger lady who circumvents the map, and there is a photographer guy who hangs around a little bit as well. Neither are here right now, so we're just going to quickly detonate the propane cylinder, give the sleeping policeman an unexpected flying lesson, and then we can head for the nearest available safe exit, which in this case is the bus stop exit. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of, and once we leave Whittleton Creek we will get confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan. We met all of our objectives, and in turn that will gain us a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.